Hi everyone, thank you for joining 15 on 15. I'm Yentl Lieuw. Pets are part of the family. Guests here certainly is part of mine. They can be a lot of work, but recognize as soon as you buy, adopt, or take in a pet, you are responsible. The new dog law was executed on January 1st, 2015. If you own a dog, it impacts you. We have Yentl Lieuw from the committee to give us an update. The new law requires all dogs to be kept behind closed gates at home or on a line in the yard. The committee behind the new dog law brought awareness at the end of the year. Since the 1st of January, action has been taken.
Well, as you know, we had our first phase at the end of the year last year, where we basically informed the people of the law, what the ramifications were if you would not comply with the law. We gave information as to what the law entailed, what you had to do to make sure that you complied with the law. And now with the new year, this is where people will actually go on the streets, groups that we've trained and are training currently that know how to handle with the dogs and the situation. And they will go into the streets in Aruba, in barrios, in districts, and see how the situation actually is.
Any dog owner in violation of the law will face consequences.
And if a person is in violation of the law, they will, like any other law, they will either get a warning first, then they will get a fine, and that will be another fine. And the worst case scenarios, of course, that your dog will be impounded, for which you would have to go back, pay a fine or more fines and another fine, and then get your dog back eventually.
Mr. Lieuw says if pet owners are abiding by the new policy, we should see results already.
There should be less street dogs as we speak right now, because by the turn of the year, many people should have obeyed by the law and done stuff that their dogs are no longer on the street. As I said in the past, of the 100% of dogs that are on the street, 80% belong to have owners. And if those owners do what they're supposed to do with their dogs, as of January 1st, we've solved the problem by half already.
On the next 15 on 15, Tito will explain the current action plan the control groups are taking in different neighborhoods to ensure that dogs are being kept on home grounds. Now, annually, political members from Aruba, Curacao, and St. Martin meet. The tripartite meeting was held on Monday. The islands each face disagreements with the Dutch Kingdom, in which they have vowed to stand as a united front.
Realize that I think even more than that, it touched Aruba. And I am sure you are talking about the matter of the instructions, so-called anweising. St. Martin has been touched even more so than any other country by that anweising, by the anweisings instrument. And so, of course, we stand together on that, and there is a consensus that we need to discuss the matter. We need to discuss the matter and stand together as Caribbean countries. It's about the autonomy of our countries, and we can't compromise on that. So no, surely it was a matter that was on the agenda as well, and will be on the agenda of the IPCO, because we really want to have that discussion.
In other local news, the Aruba Airport Authority kicked off 2015 on a great note, considering the increased volume of traffic at Reina Beatrix during the first weekend of the new year. It is also known as the Super Weekend. The first weekend after New Year's Day is historically the busiest period for passengers traffic at Aruba's airport due to the amount of travelers arriving and departing from Aruba after the holiday season. In order to execute the busiest travel weekend of the year successfully, it required extensive planning and coordination from the airport. A total of 25,700 passengers and 414 commercial and private aircraft operations were handled in the two-day period. At one point during the weekend, there were 39 private aircrafts and 17 commercial planes parked on the apron. Each of them were processed in a safe and efficient manner. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we'll reveal to you some of the latest gadgets being shown at the Las Vegas Consumer Electronics Show. One device helps forgetful parents, and the other device aims to drive down obesity rates. Also, could it be that no matter how healthy your lifestyle is, developing cancer can be totally random? Those topics and more coming up, so stay with us. After the break, check out this life-saving baby car seat tool for parents. Thanks for staying tuned. Welcome back to 15 on 15. Currently in Las Vegas right now, the most up-to-date technological inventions are being showcased. This next device I'm about to show you that was just launched is very necessary for this island. A fitness tracking company called Jawbone has a system that lets businesses monitor the activity data of their employees. The system, called Up for Groups, combines movement, eating, and sleep data from Jawbone's apps and wearable trackers, which is then anonymized before being shown to bosses. Jawbone hopes the system will help companies combat obesity by promoting healthy behavior in the workplace. Take a look. Since Aruba is an island struggling with the issue of obesity, having companies monitor workers' habits would significantly help towards bettering the situation. Speaking of health, we all know that loading up on our vegetables, exercising, applying sunscreen religiously, and steering clear of cigarettes are all healthy behaviors that is supposed to lower your lifetime cancer risk. But new research is dropping a bombshell on us. A recent study has determined that 2/3 of all adult cancer incidences can be attributed to random gene mutations that drive tumor growth. In other words, most cases of cancer are caused by plain old bad luck. Researchers say the study shows in general that a change in the number of stem cell divisions in a tissue type is highly correlated with a change in the incidence of cancer in that same tissue. The more cell divisions that happen, the greater the chance that a random mutation occurs. With that said, this doesn't mean you shouldn't strive to live a healthy lifestyle, but just be aware that random gene mutation could play a factor in developing cancer. Moving back over to technology, you'd have to be a pretty irresponsible parent to leave your baby in the car. But hey, things can happen, and Yentl's Smart Clip is here for you. Yentl has developed a smart baby clip. The clip has a Bluetooth sensor built in that can tell you if you've walked too far from the car with your baby still in the car seat. It also has a temperature sensor, so you know the baby's temperature. Additionally, it informs you when the car is moving. If you've walked too far from the car, an alert will tell you that the baby was left in the car. The clip helps to keep tabs on the baby in the car seat. This was featured at the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. The seatbelt clip fits on a regular baby seat and is equipped with various sensors which communicate wirelessly via Bluetooth to a smartphone app. The Smart Clip can send an alert to your phone if the clip is unbuckled and will also emit an alarm if the parent unwittingly walks away from the car with an infant still inside. So far, there are no details on pricing or availability, but it may come to you sometime this year. Let's take a very quick break. This is what's coming up next. Coming up, we have Aruba's New Year's Eve in pictures. Next. Aruba has a very unique tradition on New Year's Eve, and that is to go crazy with fireworks. A 17-year-old amateur photographer decided to forego doing the fireworks this year, but to capture it instead. Good thing, because her picture went viral and attracted thousands of tourists' attention to experience Aruba on New Year's Eve. Gabriela Natasha Cruz took these photos on top of Hooiberg on New Year's Eve. It was an organized family outing.
It was planned to go on Hooiberg on New Year's Eve because my mom always wanted to go on there on New Year's Eve to see if the view is amazing, and it really was. And so we went there, and at first it was scary because it was really dark, but there were more people, so we went on top.
Gabriela and her family reached the top of Hooiberg at around 10:30 p.m. and the island's sky was already exploding with fireworks.
It was amazing. We went there I think 10:30, and there were already fireworks everywhere. And when 12 hit, the sky just blew up everywhere. There were fireworks everywhere, and everyone were just staring at the sky. It was amazing.
Gabriela uploaded this shot on social media. It quickly became a hit. People continuously shared the photo, made it their cover photo on Facebook, etc. The 17-year-old amateur photographer estimates 600 shares and 10,000 likes. It was mostly tourists who shared the photo, ultimately driving tourism for the island.
I saw posts from United States, Holland, also Costa Rica. They all shared it, and they all, mostly tourists. They shared it because they said they want to come to New Year's Eve on Aruba, and I like that.
Capturing this perfect picture wasn't by accident. It took effort to get this result.
When I got there, I took a lot of shots, to be honest. I had to keep changing the settings because the fireworks almost blew up the camera because it's really bright. And so I had to change a lot of settings and keep taking pictures and pictures. And also they came blurry because there was a lot of wind. It was really cold up there. But at the end, I took some shots that were amazing.
Gabriela plans on taking more pictures and sharing them. And she encourages others to do so as well because it spreads the word to the world as to how amazing Aruba's New Year's Eve celebrations are.
Up there on Hooiberg on New Year's Eve, there's a lot of tourists and a lot of families, and it's amazing if we keep this tradition so more people could see the amazing view on Aruba on New Year's Eve.
What a great photograph. That's all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back here tomorrow night at 7:15 p.m. right here on Channel 15 ATV, so don't miss us. We'll see you then.